Hello, and welcome back to Yin Yang Zing. I am Patrick, and today we are bringing you something very, very special, something very, very unique, something you've never seen before. These are things that you need to have and to do before preparing to leave for a premiere event. So, there are three things, three sections that we're going to go through of what you need to do. So, this is the guide to being ready to go to your first or 973rd premiere event. But anything over 973, you should be an expert at this by now. You should have these things. You should be prepared. So we're going to jump and dive right into it. So here are the three things, the three categories. There are more things broken down inside those categories, but things to have or do before leaving for an event. Arriving to the event and preparing for the event. The etiquette at the event. That's your big three. So, this is for any trading card game, and this is going to be the guidelines to having it ready. And we're going to jump right into it. Alright, so step one, things to have or do before leaving for the event. The first part of that is planning your traveling arrangements. Do not just assume you're going to get there on time. Do not assume that you will just arrive however. Are you going to fly or are you going to drive? Where are you going to stay? Is it an overnight trip? Who's going with you? How many rooms do you need? All these things are important and can be helped by multiple different websites like Expedia or other things similar to that. Sorry, I'd give you more examples, but I only use Expedia because I'm an uncultured swine. So, you want to make sure that you have a website or some kind of travel site ready and popped open to find how many people are going, where you're flying into or driving into, where you're going to stay if you need to stay, how much is gas going to cost you, how many hours before the event do you need to leave. Things such as this are critical to preparing to go to a premiere event. Okay, next thing you need to know is, who are you traveling with? Do you know them? Are they serial killers? Are they going to steal your kidney and sell it for drugs? These are things you need to know. Try to know the people you're traveling with. That's important. If you don't know who they are, make sure that you are at least going with a few people you do know that may know them. But don't travel with a complete and utter stranger. That's just for good safety guidelines. You don't want to get killed on the trip to a children's card game premiere event. Next, we're going to move the camera. So we'll just, we'll just move the camera. So the next thing you need to do is pick a deck. Pick what you're going to play. So, as you can see by my office setup, I have a lot of things. Know your deck. Know what deck you're going to take. If you're going to take a rogue strategy, make sure you've optimized your card choices. If you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, and you're weak to hand traps, analyze the meta, find the card that fixes the problem. Know what you're going to be playing, and pick your deck accordingly. And part of that is going to be in keeping with tradition of things to do before leaving for an event. Playtest as much as possible. The best way is always going to be playing in person. Best way to do it. You get to feel the cards, you get to read the cards, you get to play through it, and if you play with someone that may understand the deck or the game maybe better than you do, they'll be able to help guide you through plays to make the game make sense and to be better at performing your concepts, your strategies, or whatever it is that you're doing. Online platforms are the second best way. And for Yu-Gi-Oh, Dueling Book is better than YGO Pro, but YGO Pro is good if you don't have access or what have you to other platforms, or you feel more comfortable with it. Playtesting is incredibly important. You want to spend as much time understanding your deck and playing through not just the perfect scenarios, but through imperfect scenarios and bad scenarios. Play it, test it, know it. It's incredibly important. Now we're on to the next section. These are the things you need to make sure you have before leaving for the event. So, you want to have dice. Dice are important for deciding who's going first. You may also use them for counters and things like that. Other things that are included in dice would also be things such as GX counters for Pokemon, or tap counters for anything like that for Magic, or things like that. The next thing you need is your deck and your deck box. Those are important. Don't leave home without it. Do not try to pick up the deck you want to play at the event. It will literally cost you an arm, a leg, and the blood of your firstborn. Have a mat. Game mat's important. It's protection for your cards. You've already invested a ton of money into this game. Now, you're going to see right up here to the north. What is this? This would be deodorant. Bring it with you. Look, you're in an event all day. You're surrounded by a whole bunch of people. It gets hot. Bring deodorant. Then you'll also need a pen and paper. Pen and paper are important for life, for whether it be for Magic or for Yu-Gi-Oh! For Pokemon, it's probably less important, but you want to have it. And then last, but never least, and this. This is incredibly important. Bring snacks. I recommend things like Pop-Tarts and granola bars. High in protein, high in sugar. They help boost your get your blood flowing and keep you energized. You don't always get a break for food, so you want to make sure you have a snack. Welcome to one of the most important things you can do preparing for a premier event. Are you ready? You're going to see it here in just a moment. Oh, this looks strange and foreign to some people. I have kids, remember that. This is called a shower. Bathe yourself. No one wants to smell you all day. It's hot. That's why I tell you to bring deodorant. Shower. For the love of God, shower. Clean your butt. No one wants to smell you. The other things you're going to need are eating breakfast. Breakfast is incredibly important. If you don't eat and your stomach is not full, you have to stay kind of satiated throughout the day. And if you don't eat, you're going to be uncomfortable and you're not going to play optimally because you're hungry and you're thinking with your stomach and not with your brain. You want to have this working in as peak condition as possible. The other step to that is sleep the night before. Don't stay up all night playtesting. No amount of testing can prepare you for being exhausted playing in the game. There's nothing that it's going to be a waste of your money because you'll end up failing because you're going to miss optimal plays because you're tired. Sleeping is incredibly important. And last, but certainly not least, wear clean and comfortable clothes. You want to be clean. You want to smell nice. You don't even have to smell nice. Just don't stink. And you want to be comfortable. You're going to be in a hot, sitting on your butt all day. You may as well be comfortable. You're going to get stiff. Stretch as often as possible. So those are the things you have to have or do before leaving for a premier event. Welcome to Step 2. Step 2 is arriving at the event. So, when you arrive at the event, you want to show up early for a couple of reasons. For Yu-Gi-Oh, as an example, we had a regional where they had to turn people away because they had too many people signed up. There's a limit. They have to adhere to their guidelines and their rules, and they're only prepared for a certain number of people. Arriving early guarantees you entry. Printing off your paperwork to, whether it be your deck lists or whatever else you need to do for your specific card game, have that stuff done in advance. If it's not done, and you get there at the event, you may have to wait in a long line, and you may get turned away. Don't get turned away for things within your control. Adding to that, if you're trying to buy cards to finalize your deck, or you're trying to sell cards, show up extra early. You want to have enough time to get it into the sleeves, get it written down on your deck list, sign up for the tournament, and show up and be ready for the event. You want to not be the last person in line. You want to be one of the first. Those are the super important things that need to happen. So that's Step 2, arriving at the event. Welcome to Step 3. In Step 3, we have the event etiquette, things you need to do while you're there. These are important tips and tricks for you to not only be successful, but to be respected within your community. First and foremost, sportsmanship. Try it. Don't be a jackass. If your opponent messes up, I'm not saying take it back, let them take it back, but if your opponent like doesn't declare phases or just bring it up to them. Don't be an asshole. Simple stuff. Wish them good luck before the game. Shake their hand. Good luck. Hope it goes off well for you. If you're sick, say, hey, good luck. I've been coughing. I will just ask you to read your card verbatim to me. Let them know ahead of time if you're not at 100% or you don't want to get them sick or like you've been coughing or something. 1, wear a mouth cover. 2, if you are sick, don't show up if possible. If you've already invested all the money into going, you may as well show up, but just be courteous to your opponent over your health. After a game, always say good game. Even if it was a sacky win, hey, good game. That's it. Simple etiquette. Do not trade with other people while you're playing. This is rude to both your opponent and to the person you're trading with because you're giving neither your undivided attention. And finally, this is the most important thing I can tell you about etiquette at an event. Don't be an asshole. Simple. Don't get mad over sacky losses. I've had them happen. Don't get mad over it. This is a game. At the end of the day, it's a game. So don't be a dick. If there are kids, if you're playing against a kid, don't be a dick. If you're playing against someone that's new or it's their first event, don't be a dick. Just be a nice person. Treat people like you want to be treated. It's very simple. It's not a hard thing to do. Those are 3 things that you need to get ready. This is the guide to prepare yourself for a premier event. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe down below. We're nearing our 100 subscriber mark, which is super fantastic, and I hope you guys are joining in on that fray. We really need we're really looking to increase our support, and I hope you guys enjoy this very different style of video that I have produced for you guys. It was a lot of fun to make this. If this was helpful, let me know how so. Spread this video with a friend. And remember, don't be an asshole. I'll see you guys at premier events. We'll be somewhere in February, and I will be at the YCS in Atlanta in March. I am planning that trip out, so I look forward to seeing you there. Look to the videos before this. We have a 100 subscriber special coming. As soon as we hit that mark, we'll let you know more information, but let's get us there, and I'll see you guys next time.